Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming today. Um, yeah, the energies. Talking about the energies that it's coming, that it was, that it goes on, and you might see something very familiar that we went through over the summer, which is the Leo season. We have this vibrations of trying to push things, trying to make things, trying to control things, trying to be using the intuitions of creating a new plans and so on and so on. But that is just the pressure. The intuition leads you to someplace else to wise up that when you see something that you could be done and so on and so on, you're getting the intelligence, the informations inside of you of what it's going to be help you to grow. But just this energy is not enough. And that's why some of you maybe feel energies of push, push, rush, specifically your own agendas, your own values, your own situations, or someone's trying to pushing over you. And this is going to be felt by the moon moving through Leo. And today is going to be a wisdom day from within. The pressure is going to be felt because of Lilith. That is the energy that wants to push its own agenda, to push it its own personality from within you, and so on and so on. So if you feel the intense energies, they are going to be very similar. To remind you, we are currently in a Capricorn season where the work is done. That doesn't mean that the work has to be done right now. You getting the plans set up, you look at it within the plans, you set everything up, you put a nice ground, and that's where you go through the rest of the zodiac signs. Where the moon it moves around, she is teaching you. That's what the intuition does every 28 days, is teaching you how to complete everything that you're starting. And a lot of you is gonna feel this energy, but Lilith is gonna be kind of like a for right now. She's gonna be staying a lot in there in Leo. And if you follow it from the last year, we are gonna be going into Aquarius season. If you remember it from the last year that we talk about the astrology, the reports, and so on, we have these four zodiac signs. They are going to be intense. This is the Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And since we have right now Venus that moved into Aquarius, we are going to be experiencing these situations. Saturn, who is the teacher, he said, like, I taught you what you need to know. All you have to do is perform. And that's what this is. There is this complications from knowing and completing, practicing, and conforming with the rest of the processes. They are ready for it. We are going to know the last kind of like intense energies when the new moon is going to be in Aquarius. That's going to be the start of this season. The question is did your inner work with all the rest of the seasons? Did you already perform of knowing how to perform? You test your powers, you test your energies from within you. You to go ahead and have that beauty from within that you're taking the new leap, the new learning within the age of Aquarius. Because right now the test is, are you practicing your energies? Do you conform with the current energies in understand the energies deeply from within you, within your moral, within your values, with everything inside of you. So today I'm going to be talking about all this. And before I'm going to talk, I want to recognize the people who come in the chat: Alchemy Balance, Erica, Lisa, Bob's, Kay. Thank you guys for coming in, and thank you for all the people who subscribed. There has been a few new subscribers here. And I want to say thank you for hopefully this report. It helps you guys. Hopefully that is a helping you within your journey as evolutions and you moving into the new energies. So I'm gonna put you on the site, and I'm gonna be talking, looking at through the chart, and we're gonna discussing all this situations and so on. But this is what the overall energy it is that's gonna be kind of like coming in today. So in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, midheaven, it's just 7 degrees of Scorpio, the work of the shadow. If you have not done it, that's what you need to look. The moon is 16 degrees of Leo. She's still having oppositions with Venus. She still have this squaring with midheaven. It is like actually not the moon, but Lilith has a square with midheaven. But the moon has is also opposition with Saturn. She hasn't learned. That was it when we talk about back in the Leo season. That was it when the little princess that is so spoiled, she does not want to learn what does it takes to be a queen responsible for a kingdom. And that energy may be triggering within you, but the princess is learning. There is a divine energies with Mercury retrograde and the authority. There is at a time when the king stands up and is like, hey, no more child games here. Step it up, perform. You are going to be preparing for a future queen. You should not behave like this. Check yourself out, do your things, and so on. But the moon, it wants to have its own agendas pushing. So you might have some people who kind of comes in, give you his ideas, rushing it, pushing it, and so on. It comes in with the combined energies of Lilith and the moon. They are both in Leo. That is the child that wants things now. That is this energy of I want it now and not later. If you give it to me later, I'm going to be mad, or I don't want what you give it to me. I need something else, and so on and so on. That is this spoiled energies there. So be mindful about today, but there is a divine learning behind all this. These divine energies between the moon, the sun, and Mercury retrograde, there's going to be intensified because ascendant at 7 o'clock in the morning, it is exactly pretty much with Mercury retrograde. There's going to be the divine messages coming in to you. They are very beautiful. They are divine messages, and you are going to be listening your intuitions to learn things from really higher perspective inside. That is when the intuitions grow within the authority, grow within the divine energies. That is when the transformation of the princess becomes a queen, understands the responsibility, accountability, and so on, but in life for its own kingdom from within. So at 8 o'clock, midheaven is going to go into a Scorpio at 22 degrees, 22 minutes, alchemy of balance. And the moon, it's still at this 17 degrees, but it's going to be have this squaring towards midheaven, square towards Uranus, oppositions towards Saturn and Venus. Oh boy, things are hectic. Why? In the intuitions, it's pushed from the universe, it's pushed from the shadow, it's pushed from the love, and it's pushed from learning. Too much things going on at the same time, and you're trying to learn divine energies. So guess what? When you're pushed against the wall, what are you going to do? And some other people, they're going to be pushed against the wall. So they don't have to use this controlling intuitions. This is this I want, I need now, right now, and so on, to control this and begin the wisdom that it needs to be learned within Leo's energies from within you. So be mindful what you have in there, because you might feel very intensified. But this again is this 4 zodiac signs. We are talking about Leo, Aquarius oppositions, And we're talking about Scorpio, Taurus oppositions in there. Okay, so this is all gonna come back into the service because if you haven't done the inner work, it comes back and hunting you down. It may bite you in the rear ends, with another words. So looking at there is a divine messages that come from Mercury. It's like, hey, do your work. It's for divine purpose from within. Otherwise, if you've done the work, midheaven is a beautiful energies with Neptune. There is a beautiful energies with Mercury retrograde, with Pluto, and the ascendant. They are together. The ascendant is at 29 degrees of Capricorn, which tells you, dude, you did the work. You may go chilled out. Hey, it's all good. This intense energies, they're not for you. You got them done. You know them. You went through them. Beautiful. Is anything else you need to maybe brush it off or something? Wipe out the dust or something is out in there. You will see it. But for the people who have not done the work, they're going to feel like pushed to the wall. It's like, hey, it's time. It's your time. You like it or don't like it. It is what it is. Don't allow to zip it up the spirit from within, because later on, that spirit's going to become a roar. And it's going to be like, what the heck? It is what it is. Okay, guys? So at 9 o'clock midheaven, it goes into 6 degrees of Sag. There is a beautiful energies there with Jupiter. There is a focus from within Lilith, not to be so suppressive, but Lilith has to work with Mars, with the masculine energies. During this period, this could be a power in there of expression of the situations and so forth. But midheaven, it's opposing Mars. So either Mars not going to see that conversions of everything in there and create some kind of like, I don't like this. But you need to understand Mars currently, he is in a beautiful sextile with Jupiter, and he is in a beautiful trine with Venus. He knows the feminine energies, and he knows what are the feminine energies are the manipulative energies. That may triggers a lot of people, maybe triggers a lot of things, a lot of energies and situations and so on. The moon, though, at 17 degrees 29 minutes, is opposing the ascendant Saturn, Venus, and it's squaring Uranus there. So this is going to be kind of like a reminder, hey, do your shadow work. Things are coming. Do your shadow work. Express that shadow work. Please get these things done from within. Venus is opposing the moon, Lilith, and she's squaring Uranus. So there is a lot of going on within the divine. Like some of you maybe feel like this love, this divine love that it's like a nightmare and so on with all this intensity inside of it. But you taking the new route of these energies, you understand that those are just inner fights of things that you need to get it done. Venus is a very beautiful sextile with midheaven. Venus is expressing her love. Venus, this beautiful energy with the Mars in there, and she's like, you know what? I did my best. Mars, I did my best. Just because you have fight within intuitions and love within, your own agenda didn't work out. That's not my fault. And some of you is going to look at it to those positions. But Venus, it is in a very beautiful place to take this rebellion to our next stage. So at 10 o'clock, midheaven is at 20 degrees of Sag. It's trining the moon. It is like, hey, moon, how about you and I getting along there? How about you learning all these situations? Stop opposing these teachings, this learning. Stop opposing who you are. Stop opposing the love. How about take your time to learn things? Midheaven is this trine with Venus. The Venus has a divine aspect with the sun still. That is the authority. You take that divine authority from within. But midheaven is sextile with Saturn. So through the inner work of expressions of things from within yourself, Instead of fight with the teacher, you have to find another way of learning things by expressing what is in your feelings, expressions of what it is really going on, expressing the fight from within, the inner fight you have to yourself. So before you fight with somebody, fight with yourself. Learn you to become the teacher from within yourself. You're the best teacher in you. The ascendant is in Pisces at 12 degrees. That's going to be like things are unfolding in a mystery ways. That ascendant, it is sextile with the North Node in Uranus, but also is sextiling with Pluto, with Mercury retrograde and the Sun. So is it paying to this divine energies, to this at this time? Because in some kind of mystery ways, things are getting resolved. So at 11 o'clock, midheaven, it is in Capricorn. Divine energies between Capricorn and Lilith, that ascendant there, it's there. Now you're looking at to the divine part of Lilith. Lilith to overcome her desire to control and take over the masculine energies so she can go ahead and evolve from within. That's what fears. A lot of you may gonna feel this fears like abandonment, let it go, this inner fight of feminine, masculine energies inside, and so on. There, because when Lilith learns to become Venus, and Venus learns to become Lilith towards one person, then the intuition is coming in, and all the feminine energies are in completion. The masculine energy is going to be understanding this, and that's going to be help because Mars at this time has no negative aspect. Mars is in beautiful trine with Venus. He's sextiling with Lilith, but he also sextile Jupiter, a new growth. And the masculine says, if you now put Lilith and Venus together from within you, you're fighting with all this. Please don't come near me. Okay? You have to become unified from within. That is the unifications of feminine energies. Again, and looking at this perspective, you also, as a masculine person, have to understand those feminine energies because they are both inside of you. It doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine for it. It is about time to understand that you have all these energies from within you. Okay? But since the moon is in Leo, that is a lot of egos pushing. You might want to feel that energies from within, from the situations, because the moon is squaring Uranus and that is opposing Saturn. She does not want to learn. How she's going to learn though? At 12 o'clock, the moon has a divine energies with midheaven that it's together with the sun. Pushing towards the wall, the authority of the divine, it takes you to another step. Nothing in life will work until you don't get these things done from within you. You basically self-sabotage yourself. You create all this not learning, not performing, not conforming energies inside. And now these energies are really pushing. Lilith opposing Venus, and the moon is opposing Saturn. It's like, what is going on? You need to understand, you put the divine energies in charge in there from this inner work. The sun, the authority in the midheaven, they have no negative aspects. There is a divine energy towards moon. There is a beautiful trine with Uranus. It's the universe and art. You find this inner peace. It doesn't bother you. You have the beautiful visions from within yourself. There's a lot of growth in there with that transformations because Pluto is sextiling with Jupiter, and Jupiter, it is sextiling with Mars. And Venus and Mars are going along. The rest of the part is not. So be mindful what you're doing. Don't hush, don't push people, don't get into people, but be within your inner peace to allow those energies to work from within you. So at 1 o'clock, things are getting a little better. They are more within the air. The moon is learning this processing. She begins to connect to the divine energies there with with the sun more and more. The sun has very beautiful energies that it sees, the authority inside. The ascendant is 24 degrees of Taurus together with Uranus in the North Node right there. It's a beautiful trines towards Mercury retrograde in the Sun. Mercury right now helps you. It's like, hey, it's a learning curve. You're learning now. It's not time you to do actions. You're doing premature actions. You're doing premature situations. Right now is study season. Okay, now it's a self-study. The teacher is out on vacations, which is Saturn, and Saturn is squaring the ascendant. He's like you're looking for the teacher, and the teacher is gone. Why did the teacher is gone? A lot of you is going to learn these energies that the teacher is gone when you have to perform what you learned till the last year. You have to perform. And that's what performers is looking at, that authority of the divine energies right now. Do you perform? Do you conform with these divine energies? So you can be prepare yourself when these new energies entering Aquarius, you to actually be this divine Aquarius personality needed for the age of Aquarius. So at 2 o'clock, the moon, it's in this, if you remember it back in the days, we talk about when the things are going in the 20th degrees of Leo. If you want to go back into those reports, it's going to help you with this. Whether the moon had divine energies from the Pluto and Neptune back there, gaining the wisdom right now, we are going to go through the same thing. But it's going to begin, the first thing, it's going to be a yacht that it's made between the sun, which is the authority, and Neptune in Pisces. That is a clearing this Piscean energies, this low energies of the Pisces, so we can rise up into the surface. We can enjoy, we can be happy, we can get all these energies from within. Midheaven, it's 17 degrees of Aquarius, and it is opposing the moon. So the moon, it's actually opposing Saturn and the midheaven at this time. Some of you is going to be still fighting this Aquarius energy because you don't want to give up things. But in order to get the new things, you have to throw the old. Otherwise, you're putting a lot of weight on yourself, a lot of things from within you. You have to grow. The princess has to grow to a wisdom queen from within. And some of you don't want to be a wise, don't want to be in situations. You have this intense energies inside of you. And if the people like this come to you, just be a compassion there. It's like, hey, everything has its divine timing. You know there is a divine timing. You know that all these energies are working that way. How do you know it though? The ascendant, what you need to see, whether the sun is rising at that point, it is in Gemini together with Mars. And there is a divine energies with Mercury retrograde. The divine messages are coming. The question is are you going to zip it up your ego to listen and to understand those messages? Or are you just going to be like, you know what, screw all this, I'm going to continue my own way? And don't make the North Node, it's pushing you, because the North Node that is in Taurus is a square with Venus right there. You're opposing the love from within you that divine is giving you. You need to understand you're opposing that divine love, and there nothing good is coming out. So at 3 o'clock midheaven it goes, and Pisces, there is a squares with Mars, and it's like you're looking back into the masculine energies. You just like, it has to be on my own. And it's like Mars is like, wait a minute, I'm in meditation, I'm doing my divine work from within me. You come in and bother me at my cave and so on. I'm still doing my retrograde. I'm gelling. I'm gelling here. I'm just, you know, I'm doing the things. I'm cool. I'm okay. I'm all right with the Venus. I'm all right with the love. I understand what love is. You try to tell me what the love is, and I have to conform and submit to you. No, ain't gonna work. So the energy there is like develop yourself. And the moon, it's gonna be in that intense energies with Uranus and the North Node. All this is gonna come in. But the ascendant, it is at 27 degrees of Gemini. Divine energies with who? With Pluto. Divine transformations in order. You don't conform with the divine, then is a problems. And the ascendant, it is squaring Neptune and Jupiter. You're lacking the self growth. You're lacking the growth that the new cycle of Jupiter is in Aries. You're lacking of building your new higher self. You're lacking these visions that coming in. And 10, you are angry. Looking inside of it, all this, because the moon and Lilith is really going to push all that inside. But you need to understand through the pushing of these energies, there is also energies that are pushing towards back, towards Lilith and the moon. That push, it's coming in from Venus, and Venus is not going to be happy. And Aquarius, if you limit it, you need to understand Venus in Aquarius is divergent, rebellion to no limits. The question is, what you're going to be rebel to it? Are you going to be rebel towards the new life, towards the new situation, and so on? Or are you going to be rebel against the new age of Aquarius and kind of like continue the old way? But the old ways, they didn't work. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do from within? Learn. Divine intuitions, they are coming from the sun and Neptune are going to be active together with the visions and the transformations of Pluto towards the ascendant and Gemini. It tells you, look the both ways. So at 4 o'clock, midheaven is what Neptune tells you, hey, here's the divine visions. See them in front of you. It's your choice. But we have to give it to you. We are looking at this energies in there from within. Midheaven actually is a beautiful sextile with Mercury retrograde and the Sun. You did that work during the Leo season. You understand these positions. Now you're cool, you're okay. You got no problems in there. The Sun and Mercury, which is the masculine energies from within you, it's like, it's okay, I'm learning, I'm cooperating with the divine energies in there. Ascendant is at Cancer at 10 degrees, opposing the Sun and Mercury. It's kind of like you see these oppositions in there because the family you want and the family it is two different story. And that ascendant actually is sextiling Uranus in the North Node and goes towards the Sun. So there is an exit light. You have to seek what is going on in the earth. Stop projecting, stop making, start ruling, and so on and so on. Start performing with the divine energies from within you. And midheaven is going to help a lot during this process. So 5 o'clock, it's coming. Midheaven is a 5 degrees of Aries. Beautiful energy. You build in yourself, you do work on your personality. These energies are so beautiful. These energies are incredible. I mean, you did that work. Okay? You took the new road, you understanding the new road, everything old, it doesn't bother you. But if you didn't, the ascendant at 23 degrees of Cancer is opposing Mercury retrograde, which is communications, the Sun, which is the authority from within you, and Pluto, the lack of transformations, lack of performance of that transformations within. So something within the family is not correct. But who's going to teach you on the family? The teacher. Saturn is in divine energies with the ascendant. And the ascendant is in trine with Neptune. You see these visions. And Neptune is sextile with Pluto. Direct confrontations is not the way. if you have direct confrontations from within you. And the only way to fix these confrontations, these oppositions from within yourself, is dig from within you and find a new road. What is the new road? You have to invent the new road, seeking the new road, creating the new road. Where is that happens? In Aquarius. Venus is in Aquarius and together with Mars. The spiritual Venus knows what it needs to be done. Saturn is in Aquarius, the teacher. He taught you all along what happened. He shows you what happened between the past karma and the current karma. He's right now neutral to all this. He's like, I told you everything. I gave you everything. I show you everything. I give you so much lessons. I give you so much things. You need to learn. You need to perform. So intensified energies actually leads. If you went through all these intense energies, they're pushing you to what you need to work on it. And the next hour, the midheaven goes at 22 degrees of Aries, taking the leap, taking the charge towards this intuition. Is like, you know what, intuition? I have to look within you and put these controls over you. Stop looking into all those energies. Stop getting into all this. It's time for you to have the divine talk with the authority. And during these hours, this energy is going to be so cardinal. This is a fire cardinal energies that comes in from Aries towards Leo. They are both fire energies. Okay, but be mindful about those fire energies, because the moon, the intuitions, is fighting against the teacher and fighting against the North Node and Uranus. So this could be a backfire situations. So too much fire is nothing good, can lead to a volcanoes. So stay within yourself. Look at it in the divine energies. They're coming in from Neptune and the Sun, the authority in there. Everything is going to be fine. The ascendant, though, however, is with Lilith, opposing Venus. The ascendant, it is at 5 degrees at Leo, and Lilith is at 7 degrees of Leo. But they are in sextiling with Mars, and Mars is like, I know what to do with Lilith. Oh, yeah, I know what to do. I'm in my cave. I'll let Lilith think about outside the box. Which is it? What's going on? Where is her love? What is her love is truth, or it's still just being the way it is? I'm not worried about that. Right now, what I'm worried about it is the growth. Mars is sextile with Jupiter and Aries. I'm taking this new growth within me. I'm working on myself. I understand what feminine love is. I'm cool with Venus. I'm cool with this new rebellion. I'm building this new path, because Mars is retrograde at Gemini and Venus is at Aquarius, air. But what? They are both at the 8 degrees of each zodiac sign. Venus is at 8 degrees, 36 minutes. Mars is at 8 degrees, 11 minutes. 8 unifications of two things. This is very good process for the both masculine and the feminine energies to unify from within you. But be careful with these intuitions, be careful with these situations. You also may have a lot of things to do with mother or all this energy, because that's what the moon represents, the mother. Okay. So at 7 o'clock, midheaven goes with the North Node. Oh boy, that is going to be the time that some of you is going to be like pushed to the wall, pushed into the corner. You didn't learn, you don't perform, you don't conform. You're this princess that is so rebellious. You don't have to be on a castle in there. It's like outcast. I gotta be like these energies, because no conforming with the divine, and no conforming with the destiny, no conforming with the love. Oof, what is going on? The ascendant, it is at 17 degrees of Leo. It is opposing Venus. The moon, it is opposing Saturn. and all this energies there with Saturn not learning the lesson. And Saturn is like, you're trying to find a teacher, and the teacher is like, nope, nope. I already told you what you need to know. It's done. You're not coming into it. You failed the exam. There's nothing I can do. Go back and review and so on and so on. You don't conform. The only way you can conform is doing the right things for it. Where is that going to come, though? Again, the saving that's going to come in from the sun. That is what is your divine relationship between your authority and intuition? Did you build that to that new Capricorn season where the moon and the sun were together? Did you get all this energy? Did you get all these messages? Did you trust that from within? And if you look at it, this energy, the Mercury retrograde and the sun right now in Capricorn, they're beautiful energies from within because they bring the internal peace and the balance between the intense energies, the divine energies, and the synchronizations from within. So seek the authority of your soul from within yourself. It's a beautiful energies if you're tapping into this during 7 o'clock. So at 8 o'clock, there is this learning that ascendant. It is a divine energies with Pluto transformations as an order in there. There is no more divine energies with the authority. You're done. There is no divine energies between the moon and the sun. If you did everything right, you are going to have this peace. If you're not, though, there's going to be this intensified situations from within. You may be trying to reach out to your authority figure, to a teacher, to someone wise. That represents Saturn in Aquarius. You're going to be probably rejected. You're going to be probably pushed away because they told you everything. You did the work. And it doesn't matter how much they tell you things over and over and over again, you're not performing. Well, if you don't perform of whatever you have to learn, you can't go to the next class. If you don't perform whatever has been done, then you have to seek another way. What is the way? Internally inside of you to go back into your memories, to go back into your situations, go deep from within. That is going to be the divine energies between the moon and Neptune. Dive in there, look from within, because Neptune is giving you the visions, the solutions, how you need to do with this, because Neptune, it is sextile with midheaven and Taurus. But that midheaven and Taurus is a trine with the Sun and Mercury retrograde. So everything is correlated from within. And I'm giving you the sign of the things that you need to look to develop everything from within you. This is kind of like a review for another level of growth within yourself. So at 9 p.m., the ascendant goes in Virgo. You learn things. Midheaven, though, it is together with Mars. And now the divine warrior inside of you is like, I see these organizations, I see all this, but I'm still not satisfied. I'm still not great within these energies. Venus have to learn these energies of being the divine mother from within. She needs to cooperate with this divine mother. She needs to be performing of this new age of Aquarius. Otherwise, these organizations, that way you see, it's not going to work. And the ascendant says, like, okay, we are going to give this divine mothering energies to Venus. Some of you is going to learn about these energies because the ascendant is a divine energies with Venus. And that energy, it goes to Mars in the midheaven. That is the acceptance of these energies. The ascendant is a beautiful trine with Mercury retrograde and a beautiful trines with Uranus in the North Node. Your destiny, your karma, the universe energies within the soul, they're in Earth. Use those energies. They are helping you with everything that is going on currently. The intense energy is going to calm down at this time. The only negative energies of the moon is going to be with Saturn, with this authority figure from within yourself, this teaching from within yourself. And you're going to have to use the visions, which is Neptune, who's got a sextile towards Mercury retrograde and the Sun. So at 10 o'clock, midheaven is in Gemini. There is a divine energy towards the authority within you. You took the divine authority inside of yourself. You took the divine path. There's nothing wrong with that. Mars is in a very good positions of this case. The moon is still have these divine energies, but ascendant and Virgo does not like the divine order because it's not your order. You need to understand the divine knows what to give you, what to take, because they know things that you don't. They heard conversations that you don't know. They look at what others around you think and what is good for you, what is not. And this is a beautiful learning insight because the ascendant, it is a divine energies with Saturn. Secretively, that is going to be like the teacher sends you like a little note, like, I believe in you, check page, whatever. I trust in you, check this page, or check this date, or check this conversation, or check this information to heal, because the ascendant is at Virgo. Midheaven, it's in at 21 degrees of Gemini, and then divine energy towards the sun. It's going to help you to understand all this. But midheaven is a trine with Saturn. So basically, the soul of the teacher is going to be, okay, I will give you a little note. I will give you this information. Get into this. But don't go anymore on confrontations with me. I'm not your enemy. You are your own enemy from within. Look at it there. This is going to be a very powerful growth and a wisdom that the intuitions has to learn there. And at 11 o'clock, the ascendant is in Libra. There is a beautiful trine with Mars and Venus. There are good relationships inside of you. There are good energies inside of you. But what it's fighting all this, the only fight is Lilith. Lilith that is squaring Uranus and the North Node, and Lilith that is opposing the love. Because her love, her way of love, or situations, or demands, and so on, they not resonate with the love that needs to be designed by God. And that's what the masculine energy is like. Lilith, you need to help yourself. You need help. You need to grow. You need to evolve. The part is that Lilith is at 8 degrees 11 minutes, Venus is at 8 degrees 51 minutes, and Mars is at 11 degrees 11 minutes now. So much going on with all this. You're looking at inside of you, you're looking at all the situations and so on. There's the divine visions going towards it. And that's what it was, the astro-gravitational report. If you guys have so many questions, I'm ready to answer it for you. Tiffany H, thank you for coming in. Time to finish Kobe's lunch. See him off. I'll catch up later. Okay, thanks, Bobs. Matthew, hey, we had a great conversations with Matthew over astrology, and glad to see you here, buddy. This Mars area is only square by sextile of two Lilith Leos pressing against the wall. Pretty sure they won the Venus. Yeah, there's gonna be this pressures in there of all this, and yeah, exactly, Nick. That's what I thought you're gonna be your response because of like I'm staying in my meditative cave. Exactly, masculine. Currently, they are like you're toxic, you're bothers me, so on. I'm learning the feminine side within myself. Don't bother. Ain't no Jabba, no Bada in there. If you're a fan of Star Wars, sometimes they use, on these words. Java like a job, no bother me, and that's what I wanted to say. But it's very interesting because Mars is actually learning all this process. Mars is healing the wounds from the feminine energies inside. The authority right now, the sun, is actually, hey, look at your performance. Your actions are leading to something bad. Conform and change. Venus is very powerful and rebellious in Aquarius. You need to understand there's going to be a time that Venus is going to be like, I don't want to have communications with Mother. I don't want to have communications with Lilith. All this does not help me. I have to go. This is when the rebel pulls out, moves out, goes out to learn itself. We are going to have when the Venus in Saturn, they're not going to have no aspects except ascendant and a midheaven here and there. But they are going to be kind of like flat. They are going to be in Aquarius. And during these periods, there's going to be a lot of learning about love in there. Okay? All right, guys. If there is no questions, there is no thanks. Thank you, guys, for watching the astro-gravitational report. Love you all. Hopefully this report helps you to understand the things that goes on from within you, around you, and so on. Again, be a compassion with people who put all this energy towards you. It's like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that. Hurry up, rush, hush. That it's going to be coming in more from a feminine perspective. Okay, where the masculine is going to be like, back it off. Everything has divine time. Back it off from this. I'm on the meditations now. When I get out of the meditations, I will deal with it. So hopefully this is helping you guys throughout your day, and I will see you later on at the main channel and see what we are going to be talking about today. It's the mystery of the day. All right, guys, let's share the love, and I wish you a great day.